So sad that Gabriel didn't go for the 14-0. I think he did. I think he naturally tied in round 13. All right. I'm gonna go some water. I got some. Actually, no, wait. Have a Gatorade. That works. I was yapping. All right. So it looks like Pedro's going first. I assume Yoshiyuki won the coin flip and chose second. I think a decent amount of this matchup is going second. It's like, although I don't know if Pedro plays away to get into Frillish turn 1. So I don't know if Pedro can shut down. I don't know if Pedro can like shut down the trolley. Yo, appreciate the 29 months of Killicam. What's up, Zul? Who you got in this matchup? I'm going Yoshiyuki. Yeah, I don't know if Pedro plays Air Balloon or Latias. So I don't know if there is turn 1 Frillish potential or not. Going second. Obviously going first, there is second. But on your second turn. Because if you go second in this matchup, you can just like completely shut down the trolley and then take over the game. Is usually favored for Absol. Jellicent, I think yes, but Pedro plays Drifloon. So I think Pedro is favored. But I think on average, Jellicent is probably unfavored against the Absol deck. But Pedro's list specifically, I think, has the edge. And I think Bravely Charm Guardia is probably just straight up favored. Like, there's no question if that is favored. But maybe this one's like 50-50 to like, oh, dude, this is insane. Dude, someone needs to run the numbers. On stream, how often has... Dude, it's at least once a match. That's not correct numbers, though. They should not be opening Precious Trolley once a match. It's at least once a match. Actually insane numbers. Can't believe you made a whole meal while I checked prizes. Yeah, dude, I was in the kitchen, bro. I was cooking up my green beans. I was baking the chicken, but I'm quick with it, you know. I'm quick with it. Turn up the oven to 600 degrees, and we're going. Yoshiyuki finding trolley when I used to whiff on Battle VIP Pass back in 2023. Our prize is here for Yoshiyuki. Yeah, back then we'd whiff a battle VIP pass and be tilting. Yoshiyuki just raw trolleys, bro. Almost as fast as you got rickrolled, King. Oh, that's so funny. Such a funny topical meme that just happened just a second ago. All right. I'm actually curious what Pedro's prizes were. Sorry. Lily and Iona are the top 2 prize cards. Did prize of Ralts? I assume Pedro is playing 3 Ralts, though, so that shouldn't be a big deal. This does feel like one of the matchups where the 2 Ralts could be bad, but... This does feel like one of the matchups where the only playing 2 Ralts could be pretty bad, but yeah. Yeah, he has 2 in play. Oh, he does, so he plays 3. And even like check the board state. I just realized that he prized a Ralts. Man, I wonder if he plays a 3rd. I wonder if this is the 3rd. There's still a chance for 4 Ralts. Well, no, he's definitely cheating if he has a 4th Ralt in there for sure. All right, Yoshiyuki making moves. Team Evo. Absol is ready, set up, ready to go, and discard some cards from Pedro's hand into the Kirlia, into the Iono. Candy Guardy is still a possibility here for Pedro. There's a Candy prize, so it's probably unlikely, of course. But we could see Candy Guardy here from Pedro. Take a knockout. Has Pedro ever won? Pedro's won regionals before, right? He's won regionals. He's never won an IC, though. He's never won an IC before. Latios and Petch. They function differently in the deck in certain situations, but having both on board gives you the ability to retreat into Kangaskhan and then use Petron to push your Absol back in the active to have constant draw power on board through Kangaskhan. Any Zoros in cut? No Zoros in cut. I don't even know how close they were. Oh no, Vinny was close to top cut and was playing Zoroark. Piper was also pretty close to top cut, I want to say, towards the end. Maybe it was like 2 rounds short. I don't know if Piper was actually playing Zoroark, to be honest. 3 regional wins? Okay. Oh, yeah, I was pretty confident that he had won some regionals or special events. All right, yeah, there's just the attach psychic active and pass over to Yoshiyuki. I mean, the question, now we're just like, what does Yoshiyuki want to do is kind of the question. Has all the options, can get the Bravery Charm down on the Absol. We will have to see a Bravery Charm here from Yoshiyuki. Piper played Guardy. What are the other top 4 decks? On the other side of the bracket, it is Jelly Guardy and Charizard. Let's go. A classic for the Absol deck. Vessel away the Psyduck. We've seen it before. One of my favorite plays in the Mega Absol deck. Vessel away Psyduck. It's so sick. Efficient thinning of the deck of a useless card that you don't ever want to see ever again. And getting 2 powerful resources in the energy cards. Such a clean play from Yoshi there. All right, couple fighting energy to the hand. No mist, right? No mist, but there's no dark on Monkey Dory, so we're not scared of double Monkey Dory unless Pedro plays a energy switch, but I doubt Pedro plays an energy switch, so. One more thought, but I think we're about to see the first Claw of Darkness hit. I don't know. Oh, we're going to get a little bit ahead of ourselves here, actually. Get a Dark Energy onto the Petron, which usually is the follow-up attacker in this matchup. Open up with Absol, try and close out the game with Petch. I don't know what Pedro's hand looks like, so I'm not sure how effective this Claw of Darkness is going to be. But, I mean, you're looking for high impact on these Claws of Darkness. Was Arvin? What was? Is there a second supporter in the hand there? It was Psychic, Arvin, Iono. Arvin leads the secret box, but it would have to be secret box for Ultra Ball to get the Guardy. But Yoshiyuki thinks that's the better play to take away here. Interesting. There is the Artisan, which could get... Would that be enough there? That maybe would be enough. Top deck return, play the Arvin, get a dead card, secret box away 2 Psychic plus something. But then playing the Ultra Ball to get the Guardy would be kind of awkward. But it would lead to drawing 3 with Mew afterwards. That actually might have just been knockout in hand through Drifloon with the Artisan in play. I believe the top deck was Monkey Dory there, right? Is that a mistake from Pedro, though? Extends for the restart for 1 off the Mew. Is Fez prize here for Pedro? Shouldn't Pedro just, like, play Iono and then keep the bench space open for Fez Drifloon? Really wants to draw that 1 card. What is this 1 card with Mew gonna draw us? Like a... Oh, it got Guardy, I guess. Sure, why not? Wait, I'm still confused. We attached to Curlia to then... Okay, sure. I mean, the Guardy's a pretty good grab there. Not sure I like the choice, but it kind of worked out. I feel like leaving the bench space open for Fez just kind of makes more sense. I mean, you don't want to put Fez down too aggressively in this matchup, because then you have to like Turo it later, possibly. But your Turo is still left. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I think you can make it work. I don't know. Would you Claw of Darkness here? It depends how likely you think it is to get the 1-hit KO. If you think you can get the 1-hit KO, like Screamtail KO... Because Pedro plays 2 Bravery Charms, so you can go Screamtail, Bravery Charm, KO Petron, and keep yourself out of Monkey Dory range. And draw 2 there, and then go Drifloon 1-hit KO, and then Screamtail KO Monkey Dory or something to win. There's a lot of Psychic in this card pile here for Pedro. It is a Curlia search out for that, but we still have the Artisan to grab a potential attacker. We could see the 1-hit KO happen here, which I think if you have the 1-hit KO here as Pedro, you just do it. Use Absol's first attack with Genome Hacking? No, since there's no miss. No, because you need 6 on the Absol. And at most here, Pedro has access to a single Monkey Dory. Didn't he Artisan already? I don't think so. Just gonna swing with Guardy? Isn't it better to swing with Mew here? I don't like this play. What if like Yoshiki goes like Iono knockout? I don't know. This team... I feel like it's better to swing with Mew here, right? What are we saving the Mew for besides draw power? I guess maybe that's it. Maybe we are saving it for draw power here. Oh, true. He already attached for turn as well, so it's not even possible. I like the Claw of Darkness from Pedro more here because saving your Mew for the future doesn't make any sense as an attacking option. But, well, no, you could use it later, but you have time. But if he needs it for draw power on board, then you should keep it, I guess. Yeah, he did attach before he played the Iono, so. Mind Bend for terminal period next turn at least? No, that's pointless. Then there's 8 on the Absol, which means terminal period doesn't happen. And then you're not even doing enough damage to set up a 2-hit KO. He doesn't want his energy to get stuck. Oh, that's fair. Would it get stuck, though? Like, you punch him with Claw of Darkness. Can you really ignore the Mew there? It's just going to Claw of Darkness you again, right? Like, if you go Gus KO Guardy off the bench, then you just go, okay, oh, cool. I don't even need to Guardy this turn. Push Mew, play Iono, Claw of Darkness. Seems kind of scary to play into. All right, Absol's back to the active here for Yoshiyuki. And the price rate is set up here for Yoshiyuki. Absol, KO, Guardy, Petron KO anything into Ursaluna KO a 2-prizer like the Mew. Ooh. Okay, well, but he's got Nestball. Okay. I guess I kind of see why we tried to save the Mew for draw power, because if you discard the Nestball here as Yoshiyuki, then you can draw... you can still draw 2 cards. Like, you can take away the Fez option. Goes for the Arven discard, though, instead. But now we can just get Fez here as Pedro. Wait. Hold up. Isn't discarding the Guardy like discarding a Night Stretcher here, basically? Because you discard the Guardy and KO the Guardy, the Arven has to find Night Stretcher. But now that you left the Guardy... Isn't the better discard here to KO the Gardevoir or get rid of the Gardevoir, right? I feel like getting rid of Nest Ball to stop the Fez find as well is pretty good. But... Because Pedro can KO the active here with anything. Like the access to the deck from Arven I feel like is super weak this turn. I feel like Arven's like not that... Because like the Absol's just getting KO'd here by like anything. Like name a Pokemon. So I feel like Arven is like a really... Like is not... Arven next turn might be way better. But Arven this turn is like pretty weak. Ralts is not KOing that Absol, bro. Bro, don't doubt him, bro. We got Ralts with a maximum belt and a Monkey Dory. 110. You appreciate the 3 months there, Joe Bison. Also appreciate the side there, Lemon Lime, and the 9 months, IB Griffey. All right, where are we at? Iono did happen. And see, that's what I feel like was better. Well, I actually don't know how Pedro found the Iono, but wait, he did Iono, right? Yeah, he did Iono. I don't know. Pedro found the Iono off the restart. Like, but I was thinking we don't want to get Iono'd here. Getting rid of Nest Ball prevents Iono. Apparently, Pedro's restart is literally draw any one card you want. Use putting in work. Yeah, I see why he protected the Mew now and didn't use Claw of Darkness. It's literally Pidgeot. I still don't understand the Guardy Punch. That is another thing with the Guardy Punch coming up here is Yoshiyuki will be able to go Petro and KO Guardy this turn. So that's like another thing that Pedro has to prepare around is the Gardevoir, this Gardevoir getting KO'd. And if this Gardevoir gets KO'd, then we have nothing. Well, now we have to get the raw sound. If this Gardevoir gets KO'd, then we have to find Candy Guardian on the next turn. That's what I meant to say. But we can maybe get enough... Actually, can we put enough energy on the Screamtail? Yeah, we can just put... But see, if you only put 2 energy on the Screamtail and the Guardy dies, you need Candy Guardy. Like, Yoshiyuki just going Petro and KO Candy Guardy might just be the play here, right? He's putting 3 on the active. Oh, I guess this... You can put 1... But that's not enough to, like, threaten... You have to win next turn as Pedro. Like, the goal is to draw 3 prize cards next turn for sure. I guess this was always a line, though, from Yoshiyuki, right? Yoshiyuki could always just go Gust KO 2 prize turn to Ursaluna win. Or punch with Petch into Ursaluna win on the next turn. I guess that was always available to Yoshiyuki. This, like, doesn't play around that at all. By not attacking with Guardy or attacking with Guardy. Except if you attacked with Mew, I guess you could have, like, discarded a boss's orders from the hand or something. But yeah, the play from Yoshiyuki now is Petron to take a KO. Hopefully, ideally on the Gardevoir, I think, because that puts the most pressure on Pedro. But if you just KO the active, even if you just KO the active with... Oh, I guess you could KO the active with Clutch, right? because it's weak to dark. So we could just go clutch KO active, and then we have Petron on the bench with an energy. Ursaluna is still an option. Then we could boss KO Mew to win. The only thing with that, though, is Pedro could Turo the Mew and then KO the Petch. And then Ursaluna doesn't KO the Guardy. So I maybe still drawing a 2-prize. If you KO a 2-prize this turn, that's maybe still just better. Energy E-Switch bosses game. No, not quite. We're short 1 damage. Yveltal would only put 2 on the Screamtail. Screamtail doesn't get KO'd by Monkey Dory. Beer? No. Which Absol player uses the Snowy Mountain? That was Brent. Do Pedro's gotta stop with the Judge Shuffle? No, Judge Shuffle is optimal. In fact, we need him to use it more. You don't want to tire out your hands. That's how you avoid arthritis. Put it on the judges. Pedro's active as a Screamtail. If Yoshiki wins this IC, does that mean Japan has better finishes in ICs than Australia? I mean, I think it currently means that, doesn't it? Because Ryuki won an IC. Don't Australians have 0 IC dubs? Or do they have 1? I feel like it's 0. Screamtail not weak to metal? I don't think so. Might be though. Wait, I thought you guys said he avoided Fez. Am I on the wrong turn? No. He can't Fez? Uh-oh. Did it die to poison? Wait, no, didn't he hit it for 120? The Screamtail hit it for 120. Yeah, the Absol had 110 HP left and he did 120 with Screamtail. Yeah, no, the tail did KO. He can Fez. Yeah, he can Fez. Maybe there was a way to set it up so he couldn't Fez. All right, Yoshi did it. He got the 2-prize KO. Knockout on the Guardy. So not only does Pedro need Candy Guardy, needs to get Candy Guardy, KO the Petron, and then Yoshiyuki has to not have game with Ursaluna. But if Pedro can go Candy Guardy... Oh, do we have a Braver Charm on the active or no? The Braver Charm would be big here because it would force a Gust. All right, pushes the Ralts. Draws a Nest Ball. I see Candy. I see Counter Catcher, Bravery Charm. Nest Ball is Fez. I feel like that's a pretty good top deck then. But he can boss Screamtail and Clutch. Oh, true. He can also boss... well, no, but he can't KO through... Yoshiyuki can't KO through the active, right? Which is important. Counter Catcher Kangaskhan Rapid Fire combo. Oh, is that where we're at right now? No, you definitely like Iono to 1 plus KO active with Guardy, right? Iono to 1 KO with Guardy is definitely better, right? The Rapid Fire combo can't be the move. No Fez. We had a Fez. Rapid Fire combo is cooler though. Oh yeah, it's definitely cooler. What about Iono to 1 and start flipping? All right, I'm kind of in for that. He like fakes the optimal play and then hits him with the switch up. Okay, Mystery Garden here. That looks like that might be the draw power for Pedro to try and find this Candy Gardevoir combo. Brave Travel to the Screamtail. Wait. What is Screamtail's max damage? With a... Can Screamtail snipe the Kangaskhan? $240. Can we double Monkey Dory? No, we can go higher than 240, right? Because you can move 1 over 260. No, you can win with Screamtail here, right? $260 if you move 1. So 240 double Dory wins, right? He has it with Vessel? Did he actually get there? Snipe the Kangaskhan off the bench? Wait, why is he recovering a Psychic? Oh, does he need to generate cards off the Vessel? Oh, he needs to generate a card. Ultra Ball, Candy, Guardy, second Psychic, or second Dark for the Monkey. Holy smokes. What a sequence here at the end. 4, 3 active. One more to the bench, up to 20. Double Monkey Dory to the Kangaskhan. And then 240 snipe from the Screamtail. It's a KO for game. I guess like the only question on that last turn from Yoshiyuki was like, could Yoshi have just KO'd the active and then pennied the Kangaskhan, I guess, but I don't even know if that was ever possible, to be honest. He didn't have a penny out. Yeah, that's like the only, I don't even know if you do it there though. Like over the 2 prize knockout feels so much safer from Yoshiyuki. Didn't he boss that Guardy? He bossed a Guardy, yeah. They're power shuffling. Save the line, Azul. No, I'll let Karma handle them. This isn't even fun to watch. True. What are we doing? We almost hate our lives. You think about Flareon box? It's fine. Pterodactyls in general just aren't that great right now. All right. Clefairy start for Pedro. Yoshi opens a Latias. Of course, Yoshi will be going second. Vessel away the Curlier here. So not something you want to do. You like having Curliers around. So you don't love losing the Curlier here. I assume this is going to probably lead to like an Ultra Ball. Or maybe, you know, I assume it's, well, I guess maybe we're just attaching active. I guess that'd be the play as well. Prize cards, fighting Yveltal for Yoshi and Fez Dark for Pedro, but yeah, nothing crazy on either side, right? The Fez is probably the worst potential prize card. Yoshiyuki prizing Yveltal in the last two. If Yoshiyuki only plays one Yveltal, but I don't know. Could be two. Tomorrow I have a couple. What should I play? I think I'm Flareon Box because we have many Dangos and chairs. Charizard. Well, Charizard's favored against Flareon Box. So would not recommend. All right, into the Arvin 4, Yoshiyuki. I don't really think about Flareon Box as like a meta call deck, to be honest. Here comes the trolley. Well, at least this time it's off of Arvin, right? At least it's coming from the Arvin this time. I forgot to run an ad between. Hey, I'm gonna run an ad real fast while he's prize checking, so we get it, so it doesn't pop up later in the game. I always forget to run the ad in between the games. While they're, I mean, that's why I like them pile counting. That's why I'm all for pile counting now, so I can run the ad while they're pile counting. But I forget to. What if you had a chance to put a charm on there? Yeah, I'm not sure. Second charm also might have been prized, but yeah, I don't know if Yoshiyuki ever had time to find it. All right, same exact board state here for Yoshiyuki, or close, right? We have the Pheasantipity in play this turn. There's the Turbo Energize and a Dark Energy. And here we go. There is only 40 minutes left. So, like, if this is another long game, time is a concern headed into game 3, possibly. If you win 2 ICs in a row, does your Worlds Invite transfer? No. Appreciate the sub there, Jet Harlow. And Basil Smash. Welcome both to the Rat Pack. All right, let's see what kind of play Pedro can put together. I mean, turn 2, Screamtail, Punch the Absol's pretty good if it's available. Looks like Lily or Iono getting played here. There's also a Garden in play, so a lot of potential draw power. One Psychic in the discard pile, one Psychic on the active. They will be streaming the other top 4 match, yes. 8 cards. Candy. That might be an Ultra Ball and a Vessel. I think that's Candy Guardy there. The question just is, what does Pedro want to do? Yeah, Pedro is swinging this turn for sure. Vessel committed. Alto's bench this turn. Oh, was it top decked? Am I trolling? Wait. There's definitely a... Oh, we punched with Clefairy. I was like, how is there 110 damage on the active then? Yeah, appreciate 21 months there, Shaolin. Also appreciate the sub there, Senpai Nico. Went to the right pack. All right, so the Absol play is set up here. And if we have Boss KO Ralts is pretty good. KO the Clefairy, though, is also pretty good. The board is pretty underdeveloped here from Pedro. We did play Arven already, though, so we're not bossing. So it is going to be a KO on the active. Maybe Yoshiyuki is thinking about healing the Kangaskhan here to prevent an early 3-prize KO. Oh, no, she's going to commit to the Petch. Probably was, I guess maybe was debating between Monkey Dory or the Petch. I feel like healing the Kangaskhan's pretty good there, though. I don't know. And maybe even Bravery Charm the Kangaskhan this turn? Like a early 3-prize cards through the Screamtail is kind of scary. But if we put the energy on... If we put the energy on Monkey Dory, heal 30, maybe Bravery Charm the Kangaskhan? I don't know. I have to do some math, to be honest. Oh, Ultra Ball. There's a supporter in there, right? Gets rid of... What was it? The red candy. Okay. Okay, did draw Candy Guardy, but like someone mentioned in chat. The Ralts was mentioned this turn. No Candy Guardy available here. You ever just commit to the Fez? I mean, that doesn't sound very good. I don't know. Like Fez plus Iono. Fez... I mean, the Mystery Garden... I like the idea of the Mystery Garden more than the Artisan for sure. I guess Fez is just kind of bad to put in play, though. Did you open up the Yveltal play to Yoshiyuki? So Pedro goes for... You do need to find some stuff, though. Like, not attacking this turn is pretty scary for Pedro. Like, but if you can KO the Kangaskhan this turn, I feel like you're in a pretty good spot. Did he prize Fez? Oh, if Fez is prize, then I guess that's not on the menu. There's probably only one candy left in the deck here for Pedro as well. Is Search out the Curlia? No, that's so weak, though. Pumps to Mystery Garden? Yeah. All right, well, Pedro's just like... Pedro's not about it. He's taking his time. I guess the play is still available there, to be honest, for Pedro. Maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it's not that bad. The play is still available to Pedro. Pedro can still go next turn KO Kangaskhan into Drifloon KO Absol, or Drifloon KO Absol into KO the Kangaskhan next turn. So you can still get back-to-back 3-prize KOs here from Pedro. It's not impossible. Yeah. It's not that bad, actually. It's not that bad. It maybe would have been a little bit scarier if Yoshiyuki had started to heal the Kangaskhan out of range. Because then it might have been tough to get back-to-back 3-prize KOs. But because Yoshiyuki has just... I didn't put the energy on the Monkey Dory, and there's no Bravery Charm on the Mega Kangaskhan yet, then... There's still a decent amount of routes for Pedro to get back-to-back 3-prize KOs. If Kanga's not penny this turn, I'd be very surprised. Oh, that is a good point as well, though. The penny makes things awkward. Ooh, penny is actually just insanely good here, right? Yeah, like all Yoshiyuki has to do here is like penny Kangaskhan is like a really commanding spot here. Oh, we do find the TM Evo here from Pedro. Okay. This is putting a Gardevoir in play, which I don't think Yoshiyuki would be mad at getting a 2-prize KO this turn. Unless you just don't put it in play here as Pedro. Maybe you just put the Curlia and don't put the Gardevoir. Giving Yoshiyuki more turns to potentially KO a 2-prizer does not sound great. Because if you could just Iono next turn and hope Yoshi whiffs the boss, that might just be better. Yeah, we don't see the Guardy get put into play here. Maybe he doesn't have access to it, but I bet probably has access to it and chose not to. Yeah, so I think that actually the big question there, I think, is can Yoshiyuki find a penny to penny up this Kangaskhan? 2-prize KO means no penny, though, right? Yeah, but then you're just a boss away from winning the game. Because you know a Guardy has to come back into play anyway, so back-to-back bosses wins you the game. But right now, penny's pretty good. Also, 2 stadiums are gone from... I don't know if that's correct. All right, 2 stadiums are gone from Pedro here. So the Lively Stadium, I was going to say, might stick. But the Lively Stadium also boosts potential damage of Drifloon and Screamtail. I'm not sure that's correct. I'd have to actually do the math. But this does give Kangaskhan a little bit more HP to work with. This does help Kangaskhan stay out of range. Wait, actually does it? Oh, no, it means it helps it stay out of range as far as Pedro would need like +1 energy, right? So it depends how many energy are in the discard pile, I guess, more than anything, right? Because if there's enough energy in the discard pile, it just doesn't matter. Make Screamtail do +30? Only if there's energy. It just depends on the energy. Like, can you do the math? I like to believe I can, but I'm not going to do the math. Well, actually, it doesn't matter on the math, though, right? It just depends on how many psychic energy are in the discard pile, right? That's the only thing that matters. Drifloon can load 6 energy for Stadium to 360 KO on Absol for KO. Sure. I think the thing that you're trying to play around here as Yoshiyuki, though, is Screamtail KO Kangaskhan. So depending on how many psychics are in the discard pile, it could put it out of range of how many psychics Pedro has access to, right? I don't know what the number of energy that is, though. Or if it even matters. Also, I guess like the other thing we have to mention, it does take Artisan away from Pedro, which is Pedro's automatic way to find Screamtail and Drifloon. So it's also good to not give Pedro guaranteed access, right? Scoop angle. I mean, there's a supporter in hand. It seems winnable. It's not over yet. You can 1-KO the active here with Drifloon. Time is also running out. Time's not really... 30 minutes is still a lot. 33 minutes is a lot. You could definitely play a turn or two more here as Pedro. If this play whiffs, I'd say it's time for the scoop angle. Yeah, maybe. I mean, game 1 did take 30 minutes, 31 minutes. And if there's 30, 31 minutes left, you want to make sure you have a lot of time to think. If you think you're basically just cooked in this one, you don't want to have to rush. All right, Drifloon was found. But we still need Bravery Charm, right? Yeah, we still need the Bravery Charm. So it doesn't really change too much with the Drifloon play, right? Because a Bravery Charm or a Monkey Dory gets you there anyways. Yeah, probably just taking away... I mean, I guess the biggest thing thinking about it is actually just like taking away the Artisan is like the biggest deal here, right? Take that away from Pedro. You don't have things guaranteed going to the next turn. Okay, Arvin for Secret Box plus Bravery Charm. I mean, I assume that means that you can pull together the KO here. Does Pedro have enough? He doesn't seem that confident. Going back in with Earthen Vessel. So have you voted for the Game Awards yet? I have not, no. Is there a way to manipulate the damage so it gets KO'd by poison instead? Seems possible. Oh, we had to just give up our second Bravery Charm there as well. So we have no Bravery Charms left here for Pedro. We got Lily. So it looks like we do have the KO on the active. There is the Kangaskhan on the bench. And Countercatcher will be active for Pedro going into this next turn. Four on the Guardy to retreat it. I think there has to be a way to Monkey Dory manipulate the damage, right? Yeah, you just have to not move all of it off the Guardy, right? But that means you have to move the damage to the Absol and not move 3 to the Kangaskhan. But it's probably worth it, for sure. Yeah, 330 swing, move 10, yeah. Wait. Wait. Yeah, if you move 10 off the Drifloon to the active. Yeah, this makes sense. Knockout or punch, then it dies to poison. All right, so no Fez available here for Yoshiyuki. Was the Night Stretcher pulled off the prize cards? No. Kangaskhan in play as a potential liability, or a really big liability here. It feels like that maybe needs to be a priority here for Yoshiyuki is Penny. Uh-oh, I do not see a Penny there. I do see an Iono. We have Dark Energy for the Pecharunt to KO the active. But there's no two prize Pokemon on board for Yoshiyuki to be able to KO if the Pecharunt goes down next turn. Guardy could KO the Pecharunt back with Double Monkey Dory and then be out of range of Ursaluna, right? He plays E-Switch. He's already played one E-Switch, though. Ursaluna bench. Into the Iono. I mean, this is looking pretty bad. If Pedro just gets another Monkey Dory setup, I think that's game, right? Or maybe I'm missing something. Well, no, because I guess we have Monkey Dory access on the next turn. No, wait, I guess you have Monkey Dory on Yoshiyuki's side. So I guess, no, actually, it's still winnable. It's still winnable. I would gamble on the Yveltal KO there. KO with Yveltal to preserve the Pecharunt. Does Screamtail just win here? Yes. No. Yes. Screamtail does just win here. Yes. I gotta find it, though. Moving 10 from the Loon keeps him out of range of Monkey Bro. From Monkey Bro. Oh, I didn't even realize that mattered, to be honest. I didn't even think about that mattering. There's the Ultra Ball. There's Screamtail. And Yoshiyuki concedes. Pedro gets the dub. With Screamtail KOing the Kangaskhan off the bench.